Welcome back to the Sports Daily Early Look. What a fantastic week of racing it's been, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. We're taking a look at the three features at Ascot on Saturday. I'm Taylor Courtland, and once again joined by Digby Beacham.
A very good morning to you, TC. What a wonderful day we've got out there at Ascot on Saturday.
Is the head spinning yet?
Oh, look, there's a lot of form to be done. There has been for a little while now, but this time of year here throughout Western Australia, but particularly centring on Perth. It was a great Cup day just gone. Geraldton, good meeting up there, down southwest in Bunbury, but certainly Ascot from here on is going to be the focal point.
Hopefully the pockets are full and we can reinvest on Saturday at Ascot. We'll go in racebook order, so we'll kick it off with a look at the features with the Lucky Grey Stakes, a listed race over the 1800 metres. Taking a look at the market, time of recording, Casino 17 at 2.45, Pompeii at 5.50, another Chino 7.50, Queen Elena at $9, double figures the remainder of the field. We'll kick it off with a look at another Chino who's going to be your on-top selection, Diggers.
It is indeed, TC. I think he's going okay, this fellow, and if you go back to that first up run, that was over 1,400 metres at Ascot, and he ran 2 3/4 behind Pompeii on that occasion. He gets a weight swing on him. Pompeii out to 1,800. We know another Chino was 2 for 3 at the 9 furlongs. I thought he was terrific without a great deal of good luck in the Northern Cup. He's now 1,800 third up, and I think from that gate there on Saturday, barrier 11, it reads a little bit sticky for Brad Parnham. He's got a decision to make, but it wouldn't be a shock if Brad perhaps pushed the button and went forward with another Chino. He might elect to go back. I'm not sure. I think Pompeii and also Casino 17, he'll be really cognizant of where they're likely to be in the run. If he does go forward, he might have them in behind him and then he can set the tempo. We know that Brad's a really good front-running rider and rates the speed of races particularly well.
Casino 17 is your favourite. I think probably close to rock bottom odds in a field like this where he's a stayer. He's going to be 3 back the fence, although William Pike, if you're 3 back the fence, which jockey would you like on? It's William Pike. He was really good first up at Northam in the Northam Cup. Pike, he had to push the button a little bit early, probably. He got stuck in behind runners. It was a day where you needed to be on the fence. All horses won on the fence. He had to make a looping run. I think he's the horse that's the most likely winner. I'd like to see around that $3 mark to get invested with Tab Touch, but I think he's the one to beat.
Yeah, look, I can certainly understand why. W. Pike, Grant and Alana Williams. The thing with this horse is he can get a little bit keen in his races, and if the pace, like the Northern Cup, is perhaps a bit muddling, is he going to settle sufficiently for William Pike to be able to allow him to build and go through his gears? We know he can chime in and he's got a really good turn of foot for a horse who's effective at 10 furlongs and beyond, but I'm just thinking maybe he could be strung up behind them. You're right though, the sniper that is William Pike in races like this, 3 back the fence, we saw it on Tuesday in the Burgess Queen, what he was able to do with Keshi Boom. It wouldn't be a shock if Casino 17 was victorious.
We'll get your betting strategy at the end of the show, so we'll see if another Chino features there. Race number 7 on the program, Ascot Saturday, the C Corp Fairetha Stakes, also at listed level, over the 1,400 metres for the boys in a lead up to a WA Guineas. It's a cracking edition of the Fairetha as well. Taking a look at the market, a lot of good men is at the top of it at $4.60, $5 Pleasure Cruise, $5.50 Rope Them In, and Zip Away at $6.50, having to overcome that wide barrier. Taking a look at the speed map, Diggers, did you see much pace engaged?
I thought Mortgage Boy from 1 would lead. We've seen this horse lead over a shorter course than this. We've seen him lead over 1,200 metres. They didn't elect to go forward in the Belgravia. I think with the benefit of hindsight they would have. From that low draw, Patrick Carberry to ride, I'm thinking he'll jump, he'll run, and I thought maybe Rope Them In comes and sits outside him, depending on what Brad Parnham does aboard Investment Strategy, who we have seen as an on-speed runner to this point of time in his career. I thought maybe Rope Them In sits outside the lead, and if that's the case, they can perhaps control the tempo. And we know that this horse is effective over 1,400 metres. He was terrific in the Belgravia, 3 deep, no cover, on top of the speed, and still gave a kick. I think he's awfully hard to beat. I've marked him at $3.80 in a market to 95%, Rope Them In. So for mine, he represents still good value with Tab Touch.
Absolutely agree with that. He'd be my on-top selection in the race as well, Rope Them In. I thought he'd even land 1-1 if Investment Strategy was to come across, so that's absolutely no negative whatsoever.
No.
A lot of good men. He's been building nicely. We've said all campaign, 1,400 metres. Let's get him there.
Yeah.
He finally finds that trip. trip. He now just has to put it all together.
He gets a different tempo here at the 1,400 metres as opposed to the Maximin Stakes over the 1,000, the Belgravia over 1,200 metres, and he's got a gate, Paul Harvey, with which to work with. So I'd expect that he'll jump him, he'll be positive, and he'll take a position in the forward half of this field. And if A Lot of Good Men is indeed the horse that we think he is, he's going to be awfully hard to beat, TC.
Also in the market, Pleasure Cruise is probably the reason I'm looking forward to betting into this race, because I couldn't get him anywhere near $5, dropping back from the 18 to the 14. I just wonder if that sprint over the 1,400 metres might be just taken out of his legs.
It could well be. Again, we're butting heads with W. Pike, and more often than not, he's the winner of that contest.
Make a case for Zipaway quickly. If he gets the right run, he's going well enough.
Yeah, he is. He's going really well, this horse. His trial leading up to the first up win was terrific. His second up win was also very, very good. He wobbled around the corner on that occasion. It's a different race shape for Zipaway and Stephen Parnham to overcome on Saturday, but the horse is laden with ability.
Race number 8 on the program. It's your feature. The White Claw Steere Stakes, Group 2, 1,400 metres, a key lead-up to the Railway Stakes in a couple of weeks' time, and Maraschino. He went around 100 to 1 last start. He's now your favourite at $4.20. Bustler at $6.50. Valor Road $7.50. Comfort Me at $8. Maraschino, he led last start.
Yeah.
And the speed map probably has him in the same position there on Saturday.
Exactly right. The figures out of that win, understandably, when they broke 122, and quite comfortably, it must be said, in the Asian Bow, are really strong. So you can understand why Maraschino is very firm in the market. For me, I'm $6 the field here. That's with the Comfort Me and also Bustler. I don't have Maraschino anywhere near that quote. I may well have egg on my face. It wouldn't be the first time.
No, absolutely not. I'm with you, so we'll both have eggs on our faces. Speed map point of view, Massimo probably comes across outside Maraschino. You've got Comfort Me that will sit just in behind them, and then Bustler, one of the key other chances. He looks to probably settle 1-2, get a beautiful run on the back of Comfort Me, and from there should get every possible chance. He's the way I'm going. He didn't get too much luck in the Eurythmic, was caught wide for most of it, was able to break 11 seconds for his final furlong as well. I think he finished off that race beautifully. He lands in a beautiful spot. Does probably need to tick weight for age at this level. We know he did it in the winter, but I think this is still a little bit of a step up on that form. So if he can come forward from that first up run, love the each way price about Bustler in this race.
Absolutely. I can certainly concur with what you're saying there, and I see no reason to argue with that. I thought maybe Massimo would come across with Maraschino. Now, this horse won this race last year when he ran time. That was off the back of a third in the Eurythmic. This year he ran fourth in the Eurythmic. Now, he's only beaten a length. I thought he was okay. He'll derive a great deal of benefit from that, a year older, so he might just take a little bit longer to come to hand. But I think if he sits outside Maraschino, there's your speed. And one thing with Massimo, he's tough. You have to work really hard to get past him. Is he the best horse in this race? I'd argue not. But double figures, that interests me, Massimo.
You can make a big case for Comfort Me. He hasn't won for a long time.
No.
Getting a good place price. He runs ripping races all the time. He's going to get an absolute gun run.
He is. He's $1 million stake earner. He's a proper horse. He's Comfort Me. He's a dual Railway Stakes runner-up. He's ran third in a Gold Rush at weight for age over 1,400 metres. So that weight for age box is ticked. He's a very, very good horse. He just finds it hard to win. In saying that, he's probably going to be 1-1. And if he's 1-1, he's going to be awfully competitive, you would think.
Valor Road racing extremely well. Was really good in a Eurythmic last time out. The draw makes it very difficult, though, where he fits on the map. If he's able to get a nice enough run, he can win as well.
Yeah, he needs luck from that gate. It's a tricky gate for Chris Parnham to overcome. There's no getting away from that, but the horse is flying.
$100 to spend. We've got 3 features, so you can spread it out. You can launch one. What are we doing?
Oh, look, how about we go 50 each way, another Chino and the Lucky Grey Stakes for me, TC. I think he's a really good price at the moment with Tab Touch.
Sounds like we've got all races covered then, because I'll have $50 on Bustler. As we mentioned, I couldn't get Maraschino that price, so looking forward to betting into the Steere Stakes, and $50 on Rope Them In. Really impressed in what he did in the Belgravia when caught wide. Now he'll get the run of the race and hopefully be very hard to beat. As always, we'd like you to bet with Tab Touch, and we'd like you to do it responsibly.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.